I'm Jamie, and today I will be doing a book review of The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This is a Sherlock Holmes book. I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. This is the second time actually that I have read it. I read it back when I watched BBC's Sherlock. I read all the Sherlock books at that time, and now a book club that I am in, we decided to read this together. So it's the second time I've read it, but it's been long enough in between that it was semi-new to be reading it, and it was a lot of fun to be reading it with other people and to kind of not remember what is going on in the book, what's going to happen. So that was a lot of fun. But the story is about Sir Henry Baskerville. He has come into possession of a piece of land and a mansion that has been in the family for years and years. And in coming into possession, he also inherits the Baskerville curse. So the curse of the Baskervilles revolves around this hound. If you can kind of see right there. So there is a story of Hugo Baskerville. He was a horrible man, and he came to a horrible death because of the hound. And ever since then, anybody who is a Baskerville and owns this land and this mansion, they are cursed to die because of the hound. It's a superstition surrounding the family, and it's something that Henry doesn't really know about. He's heard the stories as a kid, but when he comes to England, he comes to the moor to claim his inheritance. His neighbors are all antsy and sad that the predecessor has just passed away, but also kind of trying to warn Henry about this curse that he might be incurring on himself. So a friend of Henry Baskerville takes Henry to Sherlock Holmes, and they ask him for his help in solving the case surrounding this. Like, was the guy really killed by a hound, or is there someone else behind it? So I don't want to give too much of the book away, but Sherlock sends Watson with Henry to the manor, to the Baskerville mansion, to kind of watch and make sure he doesn't go out by himself at night, and to always have somebody on site because of what might happen to Henry Baskerville. So the whole book is about Sherlock and Watson figuring out who is behind this hound, if anybody, or is it actually a ghost hound that is after the Baskerville family. And it's very Sherlock-esque, how he sees the little details and he can put together the picture of what is actually happening. And this book is part of the Sea Wolf Press's publishing company, and I think I have talked about Sea Wolf Press before on this channel, but they publish books with illustrations, and they try to make it as close to the original copy as they can with the font and the old pictures. Let me see if I can find you. There's a picture. The one of the hound I really liked. Just give me a second. It's towards the beginning. Here it is. So there you go. There's the hound. It's a massive dog, but it is illustrated. It has old type. I don't know if you can see. The font is very old looking. It's not how modern text looks, kind of more clean. It has an old feel to it. The entire book. I love Sea Wolf Press, but that's a whole other conversation. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is an excellent author. One of my friends kept commenting throughout the book, because this is kind of like not quite a horror novel, but it is creepy and it does have some disturbing parts to it. And my friend commented on how Doyle knows how to give you enough detail to know what's happening and to kind of, freak you out a little bit, but it doesn't go overboard to where you're like, what, like, I don't need to know all that. You know, he doesn't go that far. You're not wishing that you had read that. If you know what I'm saying. He knows the line between what's too much and what's not enough, and he does a really good job about giving that amount of information in his writing and describing the state of events and how things progress in the book. And so he did a really good job in that way. I like Doyle's writing anyway. I told you I read all the Sherlock Holmes novels, and he writes in the old style with wit, and there's humor, and he's very intelligent, uses magnificent words, and it's a joy to just read his writing and to read his stories. I highly recommend any Sherlock book that you can get your hand on, but if you are just starting to read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's books, I would recommend The Hound of the Baskervilles, because some of the Sherlock books, they're set up differently, and a couple of his books are collections of short stories, which is a lot of fun. But if you want an actual full-length, novel of Sherlock Holmes that is very interesting, I would recommend that you start with this one. That's all I have for you today. I hope you're having a wonderful summer, and we're about to go into the school year, and I hope that you're getting that all taken care of and ready to go, whether you're in school or not. Maybe it doesn't affect you. I don't know. If it affects us, we've already started actually this week. We've started with our first week of homeschooling, and it's been great to get back into the swing of everything. So I wish you all well, and I will talk to you in our next video. Goodbye.